Have you ever wondered how much energy you are wasting, or even knowingly or even unconsciously? Maybe you go out of the house even without knowing that your lights are on and your TV is on, speakers are on, and even your heating is on, and you're too lazy to come back and turn it off. And that's why I invested quite a lot of money in smart home devices. And the newest addition is the smart heating. So I bought this Tado Smart Radiator Thermostat starter kit to try it out and see how much energy I can save. Maybe I will not be able to save any money during the first few, maybe even a year, but at least after some time I can be able to save some money as well. But having the thought of saving energy to betterment of the entire world, I thought to give it a try. So this is about the 3 weeks experience on the Tado Smart Radiator Kit coming up. Welcome back to my channel. I do a lot of tech reviews including smartphones, smartwatches, a lot of stuff, and now I do smart home devices. So if you are new here and if you like this kind of content, consider subscribing to my channel and hit the bell notification for more updates. So let's get started. Why do you need a smart heating system? Well, as I explained before, if you think about saving energy, not just for yourself, but for the entire world, probably you should think about upgrading your heating system, because it will save energy or turn off the heating according to a schedule or while you are away, and it will help a lot to reduce the heating costs. I did some research and found several options to go. One is Tado, of course. The other ones were Netatmo, and there was Evo, and a lot. But considering many options, including the compatibility with Google Assistant, which I usually control my smart devices, and the price and the usability of the application, the mobile app, I thought maybe I should give it a try for the Tado system. Yes, it's not the most cheapest one, but definitely not the most expensive one as well. In the box, you have the internet bridge and one radiator controller and the cables, the LAN cable and the USB cable, and some documentation. I mean, we usually don't care about the documentation, right? But trust me, in this case, you really need the documentation, because sometimes it can be very tricky how to install the radiator valve. One of the best things I like about this particular setup is Tado especially, they give out a lot of adapters to match your particular valve. But fortunately, I didn't have to use any of the adapters, but you don't have to worry, because they give almost all type of adapters for you. It took me some time to understand, but I didn't really need one. Setting up this valve seems to be very straightforward, but I didn't find it very easy as well. You have to first remove your existing valve, probably a manual one you have, and simply plug this one. If you need, you can also use an adapter as well, and then it takes some time to do the calibration. But at the last stage, it kept on saying that my valve is not mounted properly, and it took me so much time to understand what was going on, and I still couldn't understand what was going on. So simply what I did was, at the last step of the setup, I removed the batteries from the valve and reconnected, and everything was working really fine. I have no idea what went wrong, but if you ever come across these kind of situations, don't be afraid. Just remove the batteries from this one and you are good to go. Like this. So you have the battery here. Let me show you so there are 2 batteries, AA batteries. Then you have this small black knob. This is the one that's connected to the radiator, which controls the flow of the hot water. When you buy the radiator valve, you have to be careful, because depending on what type of radiator you have, you might want to consider what type of radiator valve you need. For example, I have the radiator valve coming out of the radiator horizontally. When it's connected like this, you can see the temperature changing. But if your radiator valve is mounted like this, see, the numbers are upside down now. So make sure that you have the correct type of radiator valve. Of course, that will be shown in the description when you buy, but make sure that you buy the right one. Still, it does not affect any functionality per se, but if you want to see the temperature from the valve itself, it will look weird. You have to twist your neck. After the installation, it's pretty straightforward. You have to install the Tado app. In the application, you can see many information. For example, you can see the temperature, current temperature, and you can change the temperature accordingly, whatever you like. And one thing I really like is the smart scheduling. So you can change or schedule the heating to be changed. For example, I've read somewhere that the ideal temperature for sleeping is around 18 Celsius. But when I'm working, if it's 18 Celsius, I feel a bit cold. So I cannot really focus. For that, it needs to be at least around 23 or 24 degrees. But for example, when I'm sleeping, I can't really go around the house and turn off all the heating or set the temperature, right? For that, this scheduling is very important. And the other thing is, when I'm sleeping, I don't really need the heating in my kitchen or even the bathroom. So when I'm sleeping, I can turn off all the other heating radiators in other rooms and leave only the bedroom one running. So you can set this app to track your location, and depending on your location, it will turn on and off the heating accordingly. For example, if you come home, you don't really want to come to a cold environment, then you feel cozy if it's a bit warm. You can set the application to warm your home whenever you are coming home, depending on your location. And it's quite smart, right? And also, this supports geofencing, exactly what I explained before. That means it tracks your current location, and you can define your home location. Depending on your location on your phone, it can turn off or on the heating. So it saves a lot of energy because you don't have to remember to turn off the heating before you go out. The app does it by itself. One small limitation is the automatic turning on and off, depending on your location, is only supported in the pro version of the application. You have to pay around 25 euros per year, and I think 3 euros per month if you are in the monthly subscription. If you don't have the pro version, it will only send a simple notification saying that you are out of your home, so consider turning off. I mean, it's not that bad, but if you don't want to think about anything related to heating, you can buy the pro version. And also, it gives a report, if you have the pro version, about the air quality inside and outside of the house, especially inside the house, what type of environment you have. It's pretty comprehensive. I don't think it's that important to you if you don't really think about this kind of things. If you only think about turning heat on and off, you don't really need this kind of features. The only important thing would be the geofencing. This has weather adaptation, which means depending on your weather, it will change the heating. For example, if the weather is warm and you don't really need the heating, right? So that means it will turn off the heating and it will save energy. And another feature is open window detection. That means if you open the window and there is a drastic change of the room temperature within a shorter period of time, it detects that, it turn off the heating immediately. And then whenever you close the window, like the temperature goes back to normal, then it will turn on the heating. It's quite smart actually. If you need it to automatically change the temperature or even turn off the heating, you need to buy the auto assist feature. That's the subscription. I got the monthly subscription to check whether it actually makes sense or not. For now, I find it useful, but I'm not quite sure if I will continue or not. So I highly suggest you, before going into the monthly subscription, use the normal version first. And if you really feel that you need the pro version, only then buy the pro version. Or you can go for the monthly subscription, and whenever you can cancel whenever you want. It also gives quite impressive statistics about how heating got changed over time. For example, how it detected the weather changes. For example, as you see, it's sunny, raining or windy, so it changes the temperature accordingly. One of the major reasons going for a smart heating solution or even any smart home solution is to save energy and for the easiness of your daily life. And specifically in the smart heating solutions, my main purpose was to save energy. And in this application, you can see how much energy you have saved during the month or in the upcoming months. It shows me I have saved 30.9, that means almost 31% of energy during the month of February. I bought this mid-February. I'm also thinking of changing other normal valves with Tado smart valves, so this can increase my energy saving a lot. But this gives you quite a good understanding of how much effect you are doing to save energy. You can feel happy about it. That's pretty much it for this quick video. I want to share why I bought a smart heating solution, and probably you also would like to do the same. If you need to save energy, then this is the way to go. It might not save money at the moment because I had to spend around 130 euros for this particular kit, and if you buy separate valves for different radiators, this each cost around 50 to 60 euros. So it can get expensive, but in the long run it will save money. You might have to run for 1 year or 2 years, but trust me, it will save money. But most importantly, it will save energy. To summarize, these are the best features I like about the tado smart heating solution. First of all, it has the geofencing feature. That means whenever I go out of house, it automatically turns off my heating and I don't have to worry anything about it. And it saves a lot of energy because more than half of the day I'm out of home, and during the weekends I might be out, I might be traveling for weeks, and then if I forget to turn off the heating, it's such a waste of energy. And I really like this geofencing feature. And the second thing is the mobile app. I really like the GUI of this particular application. It's super clean and super user friendly. It gives the information as you need, nothing more, nothing less. And the settings are very self-explanatory, and you can change most of the stuff from the phone itself. The third thing, and the most important thing probably, is this can connect to my Google Home. Whenever I trigger the good night routine, it automatically sets my temperature, and also I can ask Google to change my temperature whenever I want. Google, make the bedroom temperature 15. So it's that simple. The fourth thing I really like about this one is the smart scheduling. I can schedule the temperature to change depending on whether I'm out or not, and also depending on the time. It's super helpful to maintain a healthy and a good mindset. About the things I don't like is the pricing. You have to pay a subscription to get this automatic feature, auto assist feature. But if you already own a tado version 2, this is the version 3. If you already own a version 2, you can upgrade it for free. But I didn't have one, so I had to buy the subscription. If you already have a version 2, there is a page that you have to go. I will put the link in the description, and then you can register your new version with the code of the old version, and you get a subscription without any charges. And I will keep the links in the description where you can buy this kit, and if you do buy from that link, it will help the channel as well. Do you have a smart heating solution at your home? If you do, what do you have? And have you noticed any energy saving from yours? Let me know in the comment section below. So that's it from me. If you are on the same page as me, that you want to save energy and do something good to the world, probably you should consider buying this as well. If you don't like this video, you already know what to do. And if you do like it, give it a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit on the bell notification for more updates and help to grow my channel as well. Last but not the least, I should thank the sponsor of this video, my salary. Without that, I wouldn't be able to buy all those things. So enjoy and see you in the next one.